8:50 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the East Coast in the United States of America. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I'm in the great state of Michigan. I'm doing this update because I needed to get my mind clear. For the people in the Telegram, they already know, but my son fell, and he's getting stitches. I have my mom here with me. She wanted to take him back, and one thing I do when there's stuff going on, I need to keep my mind set. So I appreciate everybody who's reached out. He's going to be okay. He needs stitches. He tripped and he hit his head on the side of his bed, and it caused a gash, not below the eyebrow in his right eye, but above the right eye, in between like his hairline and down to his eyebrow, but it's straight across, so it's a couple inches above his eyebrow. So that's what's going on. So, I need to get my mind off of it. So I was looking at the charts, and some people will be like, I don't know why you would do an update right now. Well, some people deal with trauma in different ways, and they need to put their work first and let the situation unfold as it will. I got him under control, got the bleeding under control, no vomiting, no nothing. And now that I'm at the hospital, it's my hardest time. When the control's out of my hands and I've done my job, it's the hardest thing for me as a parent, or just in general, is to see people suffer or to see people in pain. So, when it's your kids, it's hard. And my son, God bless him, he's already been unfortunate. When he was 6 months old, he got into a major car accident, as some of my audience knows. But sometimes it's good. This is a way for you guys to get to know me, and I can get this out in the open. So this is 2 years ago, but when he was almost 2 years ago, when he was 6 months old, him and his mom got into a car accident, as you know, Julie, who's had 4 surgeries and just had an ankle replacement from this car accident. My son broke his femur bone and was in a harness for 3 months. And, he definitely, he knows something happened, and he feels the pain, the residual pains in his leg when the weather and yada, yada, yada. He's tough, he'll be okay, but, it's hard to see. I would have rather it been me who fell, and, I would have just rather it been me. So I needed to come on the charts, and I just needed to go through this so that I can, keep perspective and let the staff workers do what they need to do. Grandma's back there with them, and she told me to go. She's like, you go wait in the waiting room. I want to go back there. So I'm not going to say no to my mom. So, and she knows how I am. I struggle a lot because I have post-traumatic stress disorder. I don't ever talk to you guys about that, but I have PTSD really bad from past car accidents that I was in that weren't my fault. And then having to experience Julie and my son's car accident after I went through a lot of stuff. As you guys know, I broke my back in a car accident when I was 23. And then a few years later, I got into another car accident and had a closed head injury. This is what most of you don't know. Suffered frontal lobe damage on the left side. And I had short-term memory loss for a while. Kept repeating myself, and it took a while to get back on course. So I've had a lot of stuff I've overcome. But the one thing I do is I definitely have PTSD, and, these moments bring it out. So unless I talk about it, you guys know how it is when you have mental, I don't want to say a mental issue, but definitely something imbalanced in my brain. I don't produce serotonin like normal people since my closed head injury. So I produce it at about 45% of an average human. So I have to rely on dopamine to get my mood up. So sometimes you hear my emotions fly off the handle, and I'm very passionate. All those reasons and more is why I am the way I am. So I appreciate everybody listening. I know some of you will say, I can't believe you're doing an update, or some of you will say, why? Because I have to. This is me. This is what I know. And this has nothing to do with dedication. This has to do with, sometimes you have an outlet that you've built and a community, and it's better this way. Now the time's going to go by. My son's going to get fixed. And these are the hard parts of being a parent. But I know as a kid, when I was injured, I never thought about how my parents felt. I was always like, holy shit, I'm hurting. And then when I got better, I'm like, wow, what's wrong? My parents, you could always see it for days. But it's because they have to sit there and see it. You don't even remember the injury, half of it, because you're injured, you're in shock, whatever. But your parents see it, and You know, sometimes you go through life experiences, and this is not easy for me personally. Most people, this is the easy part. Most people struggle with the actual incident. I am so good when it comes to chaos and, you know, doing things in the moment. No issue getting the blood, no issue cleaning them up, no issue with any of that. My only issue is when I have to put him in someone else's hands and he's got to go through the pain that I know is going to happen when he gets the shot, which is likely already done. And then when he gets the stitches, he probably won't even feel it that much. But, you know. So I thank each and every one of you for taking the time to listen. I want to thank the over almost 8,000 people that have subscribed to my channel. You guys have no idea how much you've helped me personally in my everyday life. Being able to get away from some unbelievably unfortunate things that have happened in my life, but overcome. I never give up. So this is just, you know, something that happens, and I've got to accept it and move on. So I want to thank you guys and the 264 members of Tom's Army as we approach 500 members. I was supposed to teach a class tonight, 8 to 9, but obviously that didn't happen. So that's why. And basically, before I leave, we've got a few things that are going on, and I just need to do this for me. So if it's not your traditional update, or if you're like, oh my God, well, too bad. So we're going to look at this in a shorter time. Because we can certainly see a little trend right there. But really, we got to come from here. Bitcoin's having issues right now. If we start to fall through this little level of support here, let me just come up with my old chart. I don't feel like doing all of it. I'll just go over the levels. So we've got, you know, a possibility of coming down to 34,355 and creating a double bottom down there, if we can come down there. We've got support that we are trying not to break at 38,807. If we break that, we've got an 800-point drop. And then if we break that, it would equal a 1,600-point drop down to 37,202, and that could be a double bottom as well. And with XRP, until this bull flag breaks, we're still on a bull flag. We've got resistance at 804, support at 77469, so it's a real tight level. Consolidation area is 7222. If it breaks that, we're probably coming down not to 69 or 66, but probably to 62,224. And I'm going to end it with algo. Got support right now. That's holding at 7099, at least it was. It still is. Then we got resistance at 7435. If we break 7099, we have 6310. Stay blessed, everybody, and I appreciate all of you.